What's up everyone? We're back here at my collection, which you've seen in the backgrounds of all of my videos so far, but today we're going to try something a little bit different. Today I'm going to show you where a lot of these games actually came from. So we're going to go check out my local game store and we're going to go see what they have in inventory, what the store is like, and how it all runs. So let's go check it out. We're here at Video Game Trader in Calgary, Alberta. This is a local game store that sells new games, vintage games, movies. They've got a whole pile of stock. They've got great things inside. The guys that run the store are great. They have a 4.8 star rating on Google. And so let's go inside and check them out. First thing you notice when you walk inside is just how many movies they have for sale here as well. They carry many of the classic comedies as well as quite a few family movies and shows. They even have a video game show or two. Now, the owner of this store is a huge fan of the horror genre, so they carry many mainstream horror movies as well as some of the special order titles that are less common. In fact, one entire side of the front of the store is dedicated to just horror movies alone. And they also sell some Japanese imports. And there's a record bin in case you need to get your fix of the Spice Girls on vinyl. And there are also many free-to-play consoles and arcade games scattered throughout the store. While there are a lot of nice items on display to look at, the store itself doesn't feel claustrophobic in any way. Actually, it feels quite like stepping into a record store with chill music and helpful staff without overpowering you with merchandise. Looking in the glass cases, everything's organized by system. So in the corner here, we've got Atari 2600, one of my favorite systems. Cartridge games up top, and boxed Atari games down below. Next to that, we've got the Sega Genesis games, some boxed games up top, cartridge-based games as well, and then the boxed games down below that. And next to the Sega Genesis is more Sega, so we've got Sega Dreamcast here with some accessories as well, and down below that we've got Sega Master System as well, complete in box. And next to that is more Sega, so we've got Sega Saturn up above there, and then down below that we've got some Sega CD as well as some Jaguar games for the Atari. And moving on is one of my favorite shelves. Again, I collect NES, so there is complete and box NES games up top up here, just stacked on top of each other. Many hard to find games. Down below we've got the loose cartridge only based games. And right in the corner down here are actually some more hard to find games, some of the more higher value games. So if you're looking for a hard to find NES game, you can probably find it down there. And next to that is Super NES. So we've got Super NES boxed up top up here. And down below that, we've got the cartridge-only Super NES games, just down below me right here. And moving on next to that, again, sticking with the Nintendo, we've got Nintendo 64 up top, boxed games up here, including some boxed consoles, actually. And down below that, we've got the cartridge-only Nintendo 64 games. And next to that is more Nintendo. So we've got GameCube games up in the top shelf up here, and then down below that is some of the Wii games. Some of the more higher dollar Wii games are in the case in here. And then next to that is the Sony side. So we've got Sony PlayStation, some of the long box as well, and down below that we've got the PlayStation 3, and then a full case of PlayStation 2 here as well. And then a lot of Xbox. So we've got some Xbox 360 up top, and then down below that, we've got the regular Xbox. Again, if you need controllers, games, anything that you need in there, they probably have something for it. And then on the other end over here is just accessories. So accessories for pretty much all the consoles. You need to hook them up to modern televisions. Any cables, wires, memory cards, anything like that that you might need. And then they also have newly made controllers. These aren't vintage controllers, but companies that are still making controllers for the older systems. Whether you're into vintage games or modern games, Video Game Trader has got you covered. They have a wide selection of games for most systems. They also carry consoles that you've probably never seen before, as well as modern consoles. There's a huge display dedicated just to consoles, from modern consoles to the past. They even carry some strange accessories like this pocket sonar for the Game Boy. This pocket sonar was only released in Japan for the Japanese market. Moving to the front of the store, the front glass case houses many of the loose, smaller cartridge games like Game Boy, Game Boy Advance, and Game Gear. It also carries many of the higher value boxed Game Boy games and some of the Amiibo and some Pokemon cards. Coming around to the end of the Xbox 360 shelf, there's a couple of IKEA shelves that hold some memorabilia that the owner is into, and the owner is a huge fan of E.T. So we've got some E.T. memorabilia in here, some of the Atari games, a sealed Atari 2600 game, some of the figurines, movies, old figures, and actually also a copy of the E.T. Extraterrestrial from 1992 on film strip. So that's quite interesting. Like I said, there are many cases at the ends of the aisles here, and at the end of the Xbox aisle is some of the higher value cartridge games that are in this case right here. And these include some higher value N64, NES games, some disc-based games, or just stuff that's generally harder to find. And completely on the other side of the store from where we were are some more glass cases. These are some of the newer items. So new items for the different Sony consoles, new Switch games. And then of course there's many more below. There's just something special about walking through a game store and being able to browse games on the shelf. That tactile feeling of being able to pick a game up off the shelf, read about it, and being able to feel the game in your hand, especially here in 2023. Video Game Trader also has an assortment of manual boxes that can be sorted through for just about every console. Well, we are back from Video Game Trader, another successful visit. I hope you like checking out the store and the inventory that they have in there. Like I said before, all of their inventory, or almost all of their inventory, even the vintage stuff, is available on their website, and they do ship. So if you see something in this video or on their website that you like, you can simply order it. So check them out at videogametrader.com and also on social media on Instagram. They're open from 11 to 7 most days in Lake Bonavista here in Calgary, Alberta.